Hello ladies and gentlemen, these are some recently announced physical releases for retail on Switch, PlayStation and Xbox. X Nordics has finally been confirmed for a Western release, the latest game in the niche but well-regarded action-adventure franchise. I've played a few of them and I really like them. We join Adol in his latest adventure, this time to a place inspired by Nordic regions, if you hadn't guessed by the name. From the gameplay I've seen, it runs well on the Switch and looks sweet as well. I think Falcom are handling the Switch version themselves this time and it seems to show. Can't wait for this one. Pre-orders have not opened yet, but it has been confirmed for a physical release. Keep an eye out for the standard and collector's edition, which will be available on NIS America's website. Girl Genius Adventures in Castle Heterodyne looks to be a pretty commendable 3D action adventure game. You can see it's made by a small team, but it looks like it was made in the PS2 era, which makes it awesome. It's based off a graphic novel that I've never heard of, but I would definitely play this if given the opportunity when it arrives on the Switch in May. There is a standard edition and a genius edition, which has lots of goodies, but I've been told I'm more of a dunce than a genius, so I'll have to go with the standard. And if you want this or any of the games in this video, please check the links in the description. If you purchase with my links, then that massively, it helps me out, and I can't thank you guys enough for your wonderful support. Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble is the latest Super Monkey Ball game. It's gonna get confusing with all these banana-themed subtitles. Banana Rumble, Banana Blitz, Banana Mania. Do Sega have a marketing team for this franchise or what? Anyways, this looks pretty good, even though OG Monkey Ball fans will be eyeing it very suspiciously, as they've done with every game since the second one. But an interesting thing here, if you pre-order the collector's edition from Video Games Plus with the links below, you can get a free physical game. You will get Banana Mania for free. Which one is Banana Mania? I can't remember, but you get it for free with the link below. Jurassic Park Collection is getting a physical release. Hang on, I can hear you say, Limited Run did this ages ago. Yes, but it's recently been found out that there is a European retail release happening, and I believe it's the first European release that has Limited Run's logo on it. It's not been done by Clear River Games for whatever reason. This is kind of how I wanted Limited Run to go, although it would be nice if they announced it earlier so Europeans could have known ahead of time. Anyways, this is a bunch of Game Boy, Super Nintendo, and Sega Mega Drive Jurassic Park games. None of which are essential by any means, but I can imagine, a lot of people being nostalgic for them. Personally, I'm nostalgic for the PS1 side-scroller, which is way too hard. Gylt is getting a physical release in Europe thanks to Tesora Games. This is a narrative-based game that mixes different gameplay styles, action, stealth, puzzles. It's made by Tequila Works, who did Rhyme and Sexy Brutal. This was a Stadia exclusive from 2019, but eventually went to modern consoles last year, and finally now the Nintendo Switch, releasing digitally in March. Not sure if the physical release is coming alongside it, but there's going to be a standard edition as well as a collector's edition. As I said, this is a European exclusive, but VGP will have some copies of it with the links below. King of Fighters 13 Global Match is getting a physical release in North America, distributed by Limited Run Games, but the standard version is going to be available at retail, so that's why I'm including it here. Remember, this already released physically in Japan, Asia and Europe, so yeah, they're a bit late with this one. There is a limited edition exclusive to their website, and yeah, this is for PS4 and Switch. Bitmap Bureau Collection looks to be a sweet package of games, a great little triple pack that includes Battle Axe, Final Vendetta, and the best of the bunch, Xenocrisis. Yes, all of these have had individual physical releases. Battle Axe goes for dirt cheap now. Final Vendetta is long forgotten, but Xenocrisis was done by Strictly Limited Games and long sold out, so this package is fantastic for those who missed out on that. A European version is confirmed, don't know about a North American one as of yet. Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed is a surprise remaster of a popular Wii game. It was one of the bigger third-party exclusives that was worth owning. I don't really remember too much about it, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays on the Switch. Will there be motion controls or what? I don't know. It's releasing on the Switch sometime this year. Gundam Breaker 4 is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch and PS5 sometime this year. This looks like more action goodness, as you can fully customize your mech and make it look as ridiculous as possible. Personally, I want a lobster claw on one hand and a flamethrower on the other. This looks like it's gonna be ace. Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream is releasing on Switch, PS5, and don't faint guys, Xbox. Another JRPG to add to your list. I've never really jumped into this series because the online aspect always turned me off. I'm more of a single player JRPG kind of guy, but you know, having a dozen mates wail on the same dragon may seem like fun. What am I talking about? No JRPG fan has a dozen friends. White Day 2 is getting a physical release on PS5. This is a sequel to a cult classic horror game that did see a release on the Switch, but perhaps this sequel is too hot to handle for the system. Or they're waiting to reveal it at a later date. Because I would definitely pick this one up once I've picked up the first game. Yeah, I've got a list as long as my arm. Elden Ring is getting a new release with its expansion pass called Shadow of the Erdtree. This is for Xbox Series X and PS5. I had no idea this was coming out, and I have to give credit where it's due. Despite the phenomenal success of the original base game, it seems they've had quite restraint in not milking it into the ground. And I'm sure this is going to be very popular. I have never played it because I'm a wuss. Although it is worth noting that the disc only contains the base game, the expansion is still a download because, I don't know, modern era. Xuan Sword, The Gate of Firmament, is getting a PS5 physical release exclusively at PlayAsia. This is a side story of the Xuan Sword series. It's from around 2015 originally, when it was like a brand new game, but it looked a decade older even then. Again, loving the budgeted PS2 feel to the action RPG set in mythical China. Good stuff. Would love to play this, but I don't have a PS5, sadly. You can pre-order this right now, orders opened this very second for a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, which includes a soundtrack CD. Yes, man. And yeah, just a reminder, any PlayAsia links, if you click my PlayAsia links, you can also get 5% off with the code Jordan24. Just remember to click the link first. Let's keep going with some imports, okay? DreadOut 2 released in Asian regions already. While surprised, there's now a Japanese release coming, and it's not in a collector's edition, so it's quite a bit more affordable. I like this game quite a lot. Got some really nice horror vibes, very reminiscent of Fatal Frame, but it also runs well on the Switch too. Some nice ideas. C.A.R.D.S RPG, the Misty Battlefield, is one to keep an eye on. This is releasing in Japan, and although English is not confirmed for the Switch or PS5 release, I think there is a good chance, since Steam has it confirmed for English, so why not this? But yeah, maybe don't pre-order it just yet, but I think it's interesting. It's from a pretty decent developer, and it's got cards for all you weirdos. Tokyo Psychodemic is releasing in Japan on Switch and PS4 and PS5 in late May. This looks to be a detective adventure visual novel that mixes real-world footage and photos. This reminds me of some obscure Japanese Sega Saturn game, except against all the odds, this is going to have English. I'm very much looking forward to this. Now, of course, Nintendo had that partner direct yesterday, and there were some big announcements, such as Shin Megami Tensei Vengeance, what's it called, Endless Ocean, but there's been no sign of a physical release for those as of yet, but I think we can all assume it will happen. So if you want to keep updated, subscribe to this channel, because I will let you know when they are 100% confirmed. And if, of course, if you want to pre-order anything in this video, please use the links below. I massively appreciate it.